Hello, welcome to World New Broadcast on New TV. Today is September 5th. I'm Alpha. And let's start with the headlines of last week. Giant panda cubs Yi and Shenyi returned to China late on Tuesday, bringing their stay in Malaysia to the close as they reach maturity.
At a brief ceremony held at the Joint Panda Conservation Center in Negara, Deputy Natural Resources, Environment and Climate Change Minister Huan Tianxi said Yi, who is now 5 years old, had been scheduled to return in 2020, but this was postponed due to a pandemic. He also commended the important role the giant pandas, including their parents, have played in the fostering closer ties between China and Malaysia. Yi, meaning friendship, and Shenyi, meaning peace and friendship, have been chosen as the names of the two giant panda cubs born to the love-friend pair Xin and Liang, who arrived in Malaysia on May 21, 2014. These meaningful names reflect the significance of friendship and peace and symbolize the strong bond between Malaysia and China, he explained. Negara said in the statement that the cubs would remain in their hearts and minds through good memories and strong bonds that have been developed between the zoo staff, handlers, and visitors and the giant panda family.
Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador on Monday accused Ron DeSantis, governor of the U.S. state of Florida, of very base politicking after the Republican presidential candidate made intensive remark about Latin American country.
DeSantis displayed an even more anti-immigrant stance than former U.S. President Donald Trump, said López Obrador during his daily press conference. DeSantis recently said that if elected president, he would send special forces into Mexico on day one to fight the drug cartels. The presidential candidate is training in the polls and resorting to sensationalist statements to make headlines and drum up support for himself, said López Obrador. Since we are in that campaign season, they talk about intervening in Mexico's affairs, about not respecting our sovereignty. But we must not take them very seriously, he added.
The Russian FSB said it has charged a former U.S. consulate employee with spying on information about Russia's special military operation in Ukraine.
The FSB said in a statement that it stopped the illegal activities of an informant at the U.S. Embassy in Moscow, Russian citizen Robert Shanov, who was a former employee at the U.S. Consulate General in Vladivostok. Shanov is accused of collecting information for the U.S. Embassy about the course of Russia's special military operation in Ukraine, including armed mobilization process in Russia's regions and on protection problematic aspects that could spur protest sentiments in the country ahead of the presidential elections. It said Shanov passed information to two U.S. diplomats working at the political department of the embassy, and that they would be questioned as part of the investigation.
Canada has detected its first case of coronavirus infection from the highly mutated BA.2.86 variant of Omicron in person in British Columbia who had not traveled outside the Pacific province, health officials said.
The individual is not hospitalized, and the detection of BA.2.86 virus has not changed the risk to people in British Columbia. The province's top daughter, Bonnie Harry, and Health Minister Adrian Dix said in a joint statement. It was not unexpected for BA.2.86 to show up in Canada and the province, they said. COVID-19 continues to spread globally, and the virus continues to adapt. The BA.2.86 lineage first detected in Denmark last month, which the United States, Switzerland, and Israel have also recorded cases of it. Canadian health authorities have noted an uptick in COVID infections in recent weeks, though virus activity remains relatively low, Health Canada said in a weekly update earlier on Tuesday.
Donald Trump will stand trial in March 2024 for trying to overturn his 2020 presidential election defeat, one day before Republican voters in more than a dozen U.S. states will decide whether to give him a chance to recapture the White House.
U.S. Judge Daniel Chutkan on Monday set a trial date of March 4 for the federal case in Washington, one of 4 criminal prosecutions the former president faces. That is one day before Super Tuesday, a potentially decisive date in Republican presidential nominating contests, when states from Maine to California will hold their nominating contests. Opinion polls showed Trump leading his rival by a wide margin. Chutkan's decision means that Trump will likely have a short trial in at least 3 separate criminal cases while his campaign for the party's nomination to take on Democrat President Joe Biden on the November 2024 election. Trump's lawyer had pressed for an April 2026 trial date, but Chutkan said it did not need that long to prepare. Trump said he would appeal, but legal experts say scheduling decisions cannot be appealed until a verdict has been reached. Trump's lawyer John Lauro said he would abide by Chutkan's schedule.
Let's get to some news flashes.
Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky on Sunday announced a decision to replace Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov and asked Parliament this week to confirm Rustem Umerov, head of the country's Mana Privatization Fund. Zelensky said, "I believe the military needs new approaches and other formats of interaction with both the military and society as a whole." Niger's junta said on late Friday that it has issued an immediate order on expel French ambassador to Niger, Sylvain Nate. In response, the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that it would not accept the request of Niger's junta and that the military government does not have the authority to order France to restore its envoys. Scores were killed overnight when fire tore through a derelict Johannesburg apartment block occupied by homeless people. The fire killed at least 73 people and injured 43, the municipal government said, in one of South Africa's worst such tragedies in lively memory. British Energy Secretary Grant Shapps has been named as the country's new Defence Secretary, the government said Thursday. Shapps replaced Ben Wollins, who tendered his resignation earlier the same day. Ben Wollins advised against hollowing out defense to achieve savings in his resignation letter. Countries along the Gulf of Guinea's coast have agreed to establish a combined military force to boost the monitoring and protection of the maritime territory, a Ghanaian official said Wednesday. Ghana's Deputy Defense Minister lauded the many good ideas proposed during the conference, saying that if executed, they could significantly promote a safe and secure maritime domain for the blue economy of Ghana and the entire Gulf of Guinea to thrive. The Hong Kong Special Administrative Region government held on Sunday an official ceremony to commemorate the Victory Day of the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression. Chief Executive John Lee Ka-chiu and senior government officials attended the ceremony at Hong Kong City Hall Memorial Garden on Sunday morning. The ceremony included the playing and singing of the national anthem, flag raising, rifle volley by the police rifle squad, the observation of silence in mourning, and bowing in tribute by all those attended.
That's it for today's radio broadcast. Thanks for watching. You can get access to more instant news on our website, WeChat public account or apps. I'm Alpha. Bye for now.
A poacher and a rhino walk into a deep, dark forest together. The poacher says to the rhino, "Hey, big nose, why are you looking so nervous? I'm the one who's going to have to walk out of here on my own." Tough crowd. Tough situation. Because killing rhinos is not funny. It's terrible. Right now, we are facing a poaching crisis like never before. Hundreds of rhinos dying, and people too. So please, ask our leaders to do more to fight wildlife crime. We don't want your money, we want your voice. Because poaching steals from us all.